often do you wake up in the morning feeling sluggish, stressed, tired, unmotivated, or just have a generalized feeling of ick, wishing you just had one more ounce of energy to make it through your long, hard, grueling day? I may just have the solution to help you out. It's called exercise. I'm not asking you to run a 10K marathon or bike a 25-mile race or even join a fancy gym. I'm talking about the good old-fashioned kind of exercise, plain old walking. We all want to live a long, productive, healthy life, don't we? According to the CDC, only 27% of us participate in any leisure-type activity. That means that 73% of us need to get our bodies moving. An interesting report that I read titled "What Exercise Can Do For You" tells us that many people spend half of their waking hours just sitting. Regular walking can benefit us all, the young, the old, males and females alike. As a nurse, I too am concerned about the increased risk we as a sedentary society are placing on our bodies for getting these many chronic diseases that come with inactivity. I have seen the benefits walking can have on already unfortunate people who already suffer from these chronic health conditions. And I've also witnessed the success people have in preventing unhealthy diseases from just getting their bodies moving, just moderately walking as little as 30 minutes a day. Physical activity, according to the CDC, is anything that gets our body moving. This includes the good old-fashioned walking. Research has shown the many benefits regular exercise can have, not only on our bodies, but on our minds as well. I'm here tonight to invite you to join me in taking the first step in getting physically fit. After hearing all the benefits walking can have, both on your mind and body, and just how easy it is to perform this activity, I hope that you will see just how important it is to establish a regular walking exercise and routine in your busy life. Regular exercise is vital to our physical well-being. The human body is made for physical activity. A fit body works better in many ways. So how can walking just 2.5 hours a week help maintain a healthy, fit body? Research has shown, according to that interesting report that I read titled "What Exercise Can Do For You," exercise lessens our likelihood of getting heart disease. Regular exercise like walking can prevent plaque or cholesterol from building up in our arteries. This picture here shows an artery that's becoming filled with goo. This is plaque. I don't think you want your arteries to look like that. Walking can also increase and help our arteries maintain our blood supply. It helps us increase the blood vessels that carry blood to our heart and thus helps us lower our blood pressure. It's important to note that according to the same report, 1 out of every 3 deaths in the United States stem from cardiovascular heart disease. Heart disease and stroke are a major cause of disability. Exercise like walking helps us reduce our risk of getting type 2 diabetes. According to the book Managing Your Diabetes by Eli Lilly and Company, type 2 diabetes is a disease that occurs when our pancreas can't produce enough insulin and our bodies become resistant to this. Over time, this limits our pancreas' ability to produce enough insulin for all the sugar we take in. Type 2 diabetes can lead to such problems as kidney failure, cardiovascular disease, and nerve damage as well. Regular exercise helps prevent this disease by keeping excess weight off our bodies, thus increasing our sensitivity to the insulin that we're able to produce, and in turn it lowers our blood sugars. According to the American Diabetes Association, the latest statistics of 2007 tells us that 23.6 million Americans have diabetes. This accounts for 8% of our total population. The Diabetes Prevention Program study tells us a brisk walk 2.5 hours a week can decrease our chances of getting this disease by 30%. After reading the book Living a Healthy Life with Chronic Conditions, I have learned that physical activity, the kind that puts weight on your bones like walking, helps maintain our bone mass and thus assists us in the prevention of osteoporosis. The Arthritis Foundation tells us that weight-bearing exercise like walking helps strengthen our bones in young adults. Our bones are at their strongest point at age around 25 and slowly decline after this age. This bone here shows an osteoporotic bone. It has very little bone mass. It can crumble with any type of activity at all. According to the report that I read, What Exercise Can Do for You, osteoporosis affects 10 million Americans. This can lead to painful broken bones, a loss of our independence, and in some cases, us having to live the rest of our life in a nursing home. I don't think any of us want that. According to the recent article in Health Day titled, Exercise May Help Beat the Common Cold, people who exercise regularly seem to have fewer and more milder colds. In the US, us as adults can expect to catch a cold 2 to 4 times a year. This takes away approximately $40 billion out of our US economy. The frequency of colds among those who exercise 5 or more times a week is about 46% less than those who lead a sedentary life. In addition to the number of sick days taken due to colds, it was 40% lower in physically active individuals who exercise 5 or more times a week. If all of these benefits that I've just mentioned still aren't enough for you to get your body moving, well, maybe the benefits walking can have on your mind will help you change your mind. Regular moderate exercise like walking can do wonders for our mind. An article from the Journal of the Psychiatric Research tells us that exercise can prevent depression. People who are more fit are less likely to have depressive symptoms. Positive self-body image can also improve our self-esteem. According to the same report, a report by Richard Merritt at the Duke of University, walking 3 times a week may be just as effective in treating major depression as standard antidepressants are. Can walking solve all our problems? Probably not, but it can help us help reduce our stress. Aerobic activity like walking, it elevates a hormone called endorphins, which relieves stress, and in turn gives us a sense of well-being. Walking gives us a chance to be alone, relax, unwind, debrief, and it can help us cope better with stressful situations. Exercise can also help alleviate problems with sleep. A lack of sleep can impair our mood and our daily performance. A local sleep specialist, Sammy Krez, informs us that an average adult needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and that over the past decade or so, we have lost an hour of sleep a night. That equates to 1 full night of sleep a week that we are missing out on. Walking is an exercise that can literally be done anywhere, by anyone. Hopefully, you too have made up your mind to get your bodies moving. We all have our own reasons for inactivity, like it's too expensive, it takes too much time, it's too complicated to learn an exercise program. The list can go on and on. All it takes is a good pair of walking shoes like these and some comfortable clothing. 1 pair of shoes like these, you can get these for under 50 bucks. Get them every 6 months, it's less than $10 a month. No fancy gym memberships required, no personal trainer is required, and no complicated program needs to be learned. Just 30 minutes of walking a day can change your life. Split it up. Walk 10 minutes 3 times a day. That's the beauty of walking. You get to choose the schedule that works for you. Well, it's been proven walking's good for us all. It can improve not only our bodies, but our minds as well. Walking at a moderate pace of 30 minutes a day can help every one of us lower our risk for these chronic diseases that I've just mentioned. It can reduce our stress, it can ward off the common cold, and it can help us all lead happy, healthy lives. It's easy to do. So how many of you here are willing to set aside just 30 minutes a day to maintain your good health? Don't wait until your arteries are clogged, your heart's struggling to beat, your bones are crumbling, your mind is stressed and depressed, and your body is longing for a good night's sleep. Life's a gift. We only get one to live. A healthy life depends on you. Later is not the time. Start now. Thanks for coming.
Very good.